following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Welcome to Worcester. $1.25, please.
Hey, how you doing, Toll Booth Willie?
Good. Thanks for asking, pal.
Oh, that's great. You know, considering you're a fucking idiot.
Go fuck yourself, you son of a bitch. I'll come right out of the booth and fucking whack you, you fucking prick.
Hey, Willie, how's it going?
Hey, can't complain, pal. How's by you?
Oh, great. How much?
The state charge is $1.25, pal.
That's fine. Now, should I give you the money, or should I shove the quarters directly up your fat ass?
Why, you fucking hat on! I'll fucking count and fist your fucking head with a Louisville fucking slugger! What do you think of that, ass fuck?
Hi, Willie.
Oh, nice to see you, Mom. Not a bad day, huh?
Well, I'm a little lost. Could you help me out? I hear you're the best with directions.
Well, I know my way around New England, I can tell you that much. So where you headed?
Well, I was just wondering exactly which is the best way to drive up your ass. You know, if you'd tell me, I'd appreciate it, you fucking prick.
You fucking bitch! Fuck you! You forgot to pay the fucking toll, you dirty whore! I'll fucking drop you with a boot to the fucking skull, you cum-guzzling queen!
Hey, Willie.
Hey, how are ya?
Here's $1.25 and go fuck yourself.
Die, you fucking prick! I hope you choke on a fucking bottle cap, you fucking son of a fuck! Eat shit! Eat my shit!
Hello, Willie. Good to see you.
Ah, Bishop Nelson, nice to see you. That was quite a sermon you had the other day.
Hey, well, I do my best.
$1.25, Bishop.
$1.25, Willie. Isn't that the same price your mother charges for a blowjob, you piece of dog shit?
Oh, have another one, you fucking lush! It's not my fault the bartender cut you off last night, you fucking douchebag!
Hey!
Well, hey!
Yeah, do you want the money, or should I just shove the quarters directly up your fat ass?
Well, I already heard that one, you fucking unoriginal bastard! Go suck a cock, you piece of fucking repeating shit!
Hi.
Oh, hi, how are ya?
Fine, thank you. How much is the toll, please?
For you, sweetheart, it's $1.25.
Here you go. Thank you.
Hey, honey, would you like a receipt with that?
Oh, I almost forgot. Thank you so much.
And here you are.
Do you think you could sign it?
Or, sign it?
Yeah, signed. Toll Booth Willie was here.
Okay, sure. By the way, what is this for?
Just so I could have proof for my friends that I met the biggest fucking dipshit with the smallest dick alive. You understand?
Fuck you, you fucking uppity bitch! I'll fucking fuck you and all your lesbian fish-eating friends in front of your fucking mothers! You're gonna die, bitch! I'm coming out of the booth! Oh, my fucking leg!
Hey, you ran over Toll Booth Willie.
Oh, my God. I was always wondering what it would be like to run over a dried-up, stinky dick licker.
Oh, you fucking pricks. I fucking hear every fucking word you're saying. When this fucking leg heals, I'm gonna kick you guys new fucking assholes.
Fuck you,
Fuck you, you motherfuckers.
yourself,
I
Willie.
swear when this
Fuck
fucking
yourself, you
heals,
piece of
I'll see
shit.
you at the
Fuck
hospital.
yourself,
Come to the
Willie.
hospital.
You piece of
you
crap.
motherfucker.
There's a lady who goes to the store that won't close, and she's shopping at 7-Eleven. Down the aisle she sees ding-dongs, beer and Friskies, and a Snickers really satisfies her. Make my Slurpee. If there's a penny on the counter, you can use it. Please pay inside before pumping gas. Dear Lebanese cashier, how I wish you spoke English. I just bought a big gulp from Ahmed. Ahmed.
Greetings! Perhaps you would be enjoying a beef jerky with your purchase of Hustler magazine. Do you require a spoon straw?
And you will find one down the road. Coffee and cigarettes to go. Twinkies from here to Tokyo. They've been robbed 8 times in a row. As the fluorescent lights glow, microwave your burrito. And she's shopping at 7-Eleven.
It's Tuesday, November 11th, 2008, Veterans Day. My name is Mike Madonna, and this is the 9th Brain Sandwich podcast that we're putting up. I'm still doing these programs alone because it's still 2008. It's going to be after the beginning of the year before Jim Finley, Jay Schober, and I get together and start doing some together. And I will also be doing other programs by myself and I'll also continue to do some solo shows, just so I can get all that I want to get played. At the top of the show, you heard Adam Sandler with Toll Booth Willie, and then 7-Eleven, parody of Stairway to Heaven by Led Slurpee. So there you have it. All right, let's move along. Here is Barnes and Barnes with Damascus in A Day in the Life of Green Acres on the Brain Sandwich Show.
We'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to John Lennon and Paul McCartney. We're sorry.
What? Thanksgiving Day was near. What can I give my girl to fill her heart with cheer? But I solved that problem, I'm a clever boy. I know exactly how to fill her heart with joy. I'm gonna give my girl a goose for Thanksgiving. It won't surprise her since I did it once before. She jumps just like the deuce every time she gets a goose. Perhaps I ought to give her 2 or more. I wish I could afford to buy her a turkey, but turkeys cost so much and I'm out of work, you see. So I'll just give my girl a goose, a good old-fashioned goose. I wish someone would do the same for me. I'm gonna give my girl a goose for Thanksgiving. My friends all tell me that the plan is very smart. In fact, her daddy said to me very confidentially, that's just the way he won her mama's heart. So if you wanna make your darling feel happy, then take a tip from me and do the same thing too. Go on and give your girl a goose, a nice soft tender goose, and you'll discover if her love is true. I don't mean gander, a good old-fashioned goose will do.
All right, the holiday classic, A Goose for My Girl at Thanksgiving. That was the wonderful Benny Bell, whom you might remember from Shaving Cream. And then before that, A Day in the Life of Green Acres. Okay, we've been playing the comedy albums in the all-time great bloopers series. We're going to hit volume 5 here. We've got one more to go, and then we also have a best of, which I'm going to wait for a little while to play because it's probably comprised of stuff you've been listening to in these podcasts already. So we'll give it a little while before we put that one up for you to hear. And we'll just get to it. Here's Kermit Schaefer's classic all-time great bloopers, volume 5, on the Brain Sandwich.
This recording is another in the continuing series of unintended indiscretions before microphone and camera. From Kermit Schaefer's famous blooper collection. It is dedicated as a sympathetic tribute to the members of the broadcast industry who have been the victims of these classic bloopers.
There's been a rash of armed robberies in the city, 5 within the past 2 hours. 2 short-armed robbers held up a bank this morning. The robbers were carrying shot-off shotguns.
The excitement of quiz shows where large sums of money are offered as prizes often results in some unplanned answers from contestants.
Okay, ready now? Here's my first clue. First you make the sale, then you open my drawers. What am I?
A hooker?
A cash register, you louse.
The hour's top story. Governor Nelson Rockefeller today vetoed a bill to repeal New York's 1970 liberalized abortion law, considered the most liberal in the nation. It permits a woman to have an abortion on request within the first 24 months of pregnancy.
Many talk shows are conducted over the telephone wherein the callers cannot be screened in advance.
They have to bother with this marriage contract because it can only result in one person oppressing the other.
All right, now, have you ever heard of pecking order?
Yes?
All right, do you realize that in nature, in all of nature, there is a pecking order?
Yeah, yes, and in some of the groups in nature, the pecking order puts the female at the top, too.
That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's a minority.
All right, so what you're saying that in nature, according to you, the male is always the pecker, and the female is the peckee, huh?
The following occurred on a dramatic television show which was aired live. The scene was aboard an airplane whose engine had caught fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the no smoking sign at this time, so I'd like to ask that there be no smutterfucking. Further smoking.
Jack Parr is considered programs. The spontaneity of the conversation between Parr and his guests very often resulted in the unexpected. The enormously popular Parr was also a star maker, having discovered many great talents on his program, such as Kay Stevens. Here is a preserved moment when she first appeared on The Tonight Show. When Parr asked if this was her first TV appearance, this is how she replied.
Yes, I was a virgin before I got here tonight.
This is my...
We now take you to the BBC in England.
As Big Ben's clock strikes 11, it's time for the news.
Unsuspecting performers become the victims of commercial copy that has a double meaning. Let's listen to this example.
And now a word for you ladies about the many pleasurable things you can do with candles.
Candlelight. Warm and sensuous. Casting a mood of love in the shadow of a most unique form. You'll find candles of every conceivable size, shape, and color at Candle Grove. Visit Candle Grove and see what can be done with wax.
You know, those candles sound so sexy that I may rush right over and get some for tonight.
It's not what you're thinking. You know what I mean.
Time now for us to take a leak at the news.
The frustration of technical difficulties can result in performers losing their cool. Here is the case where the frustration led to a microphone being inadvertently left open.
Warner Brothers Records would like to take you through Veedon Fleece, a new album and a turning point for Van Morrison.
Okay, man, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go. Now, come on, now crank this motherfucker up.
Before the removal of all cigarette advertising from radio and television, sponsors spent countless millions of dollars in commercials which ranged from expensive production numbers to inventive advertising campaign slogans. During a relaxing moment, a group of performers with a sense of humor couldn't resist the temptation to parody a popular cigarette commercial of the day. The result has become a collector's item to many buffs who enjoy clever satire. No disrespect was intended to anyone then, nor is it now.
Go to Fire Island and you'll survey the most exciting faggots in the world today. Even on the ferry boat you'll find a man stops and takes big pleasure when and where he can. Chesterfield! Tight little island full of gay romance. They wear gay sandals and they wear tight pants. Sun-drenched top to bottom every day. Blessed with the miracle of being gay. The very best of faggots in the USA. Giving big, big pleasure in a big, big way. Chesterfield!
The taste you've been missing and the length you've learned to like. Full queen size tops and friendly satisfaction. Join the big swish to Chesterfield Queen. New choice of the fags of America.
Chesterfield!
Many commentators describing scenes like the following often get caught up in the occasion and frequently make a regrettable choice of words. No disrespect was intended then, nor is it now.
On this solemn annual occasion, crowds of thousands, as Pope Pius XII stands at his bedroom window in St. Peter's Square, exposing himself before his followers.
And now for the morning farm report. The farmers in Annapolis Valley are pleased to announce that this year there will be an abundance of apples. This is particularly good news because most of the farmers haven't had a good crop in years. Crop, that is.
Station promos are television advertising spots advising viewers of station programming. Due to many changes, such as preemptions and fast-breaking news events, these promos are subject to last-minute alterations, which very often go on the air without proper timing in advance. Here's an example of a promo that ran 1 second too long.
Tune in tonight for a sparkling TV special starring Liberace and his dazzling array of guest stars on the Liberace Show from London. Among Liberace's guests will be comedy stars like Phyllis Diller, Stu Gilliam, Minnie Pearl, and special guest Jack Benny. See singing star Engelbert Hump.
Dedicated personnel have worked around the clock for 6 months in an effort to get the bottom of the problem. With extensive testing and research, scientists are hopeful they can isolate this mysterious microorganism.
One of the winners for a bread baking contest at a country fair was an attractive young newlywed whose physical endowments caused this judge to bloop the following.
And now I'd like to have you meet the best little bed breaker in the country.
Movie commercials for television are the equivalent of the trailers which are shown in theaters as coming attractions. The superlatives used by the copywriters for these films are often exaggerated and overused. What you are about to hear is a motion picture commercial for TV that fell victim to a group of tired performers who were having a little innocent fun at the end of a long and difficult recording session.
She's beautiful. She's smart. She's a fighting hellcat. She's dynamite.
She's full of shit.
See Lana Turner, the glamorous golden-haired enchantress, in a new and different role. In MGM's powerful, pulse-stirring romantic adventure, Betrayed.
My ass.
He's rough. He's rugged. He's red-blooded. He's romantic.
He's full of shit.
See Clark Gable in one of his greatest roles as a fighting man who had a heart of ice till it was touched by the flame of a woman's love in Betrayed.
Your ass.
Filmed in breathtaking, beautiful color. He's daring. He's dashing. He's dangerous. He's a daredevil.
He's full of shit, too.
See Victor Mature as a handsome, headstrong He-Man who fought a strange and savage battle for survival. See those three great Hollywood stars, Clark Gable, Lana Turner, and Victor Mature.
They're all full of shit.
In MGM's smashing story of explosive passions, Betrayed.
My ass.
In blazing color.
Let's listen to this announcer who confided to us that nature was calling when he came up with this Freudian slip in his introduction to the musical selection, Twilight Time.
6 o'clock, and it's toilet time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we regret that we're having video difficulties. As soon as our difficulties are restored, we will return you to our regularly scheduled program.
In England, British broadcasters commit their share of bloopers, which they call clangers. Here is the case where an announcer was describing a Thai soccer game in error, which prompted his girlfriend, who was unaware that a nearby mic was open, to add her comment.
And now as we get back to the second half of our soccer game, I have a late soccer scare. Should that be score, I think. Arsenal 0, Leeds 0. And with Leeds leading, that doesn't sound right, does it?
Rodney, you sure fucked that up.
Fly the best. Fly Northwest Orient Airlines.
It's hard to believe, but the girls seem to get prettier every year. This is the lovely Miss Connecticut going by on her float now. And now let's take a look at a real Georgia peach.
And now we have another telephone caller. Will you please pick up on line 2?
Hello.
Hello? You know who this is?
Oh, hello there.
How are you?
Okay.
I've been lying here in bed lately wondering what you look like.
All right.
And I've come to the conclusion, I would say that you're about 6 feet tall, 155 pounds,
Yeah, true, so far.
light brown hair, Am I right so far?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You are very erect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is, you stand very erect. I would think you have a fairish complexion.
Fair.
I think it would be great if we could see you exposed. I mean, in public.
Well, I'm going up to the nudist colony Sunday.
In the early days of the phonograph record, there was a popular artist named John Wilfart, spelled W-I-L-F-A-H-R-T. His uncommon name caused consternation among radio announcers.
And now, friends, for your listening pleasure, Whoopi John Wilfart.
Tonight on CBS, your latest election results with David Dick. Oh, no. I goofed that time.
Live man-on-the-street interviews offer no time for preparation or rehearsals. The result is that the interviewees come up with unexpected comments.
We continue our sidewalk interview as we ask the streetwalker the question. Do you think that the president is adequate?
Well, I can't talk for other women, but I've always found that President Ford satisfied me.
The temperature now in the Twin Cities is 28 degrees. The weather forecast called for shattered scours today.
Many present-day soap operas are still done live.
I've done everything. I'm really at my wit's end, Mother. It's so hard to communicate with him. He's very long to get hard to get along with.
Our newlywed game continues with this question. Wives, will your husband say your mattress is soft or hard? Wife number 1.
Is that before or after we were married?
In a live network TV presentation of the classic Robin Hood, an actor awaited the arrival on stage of the character Friar Tuck, with this disastrous result.
What ho, Robin! Yonder comes Friar Fuck now! Yonder comes Friar Chuck now.
This portion of our late movie, The Running Man, starring Lawrence Harvey, is brought to you tonight by X-Lax.
A spoonerism is an unintended interchange of syllables. Announcers very often become the victim of these verbal stumbling blocks. Let's listen to this newsman's unintended blooper when telling of the battles around Duck Pho in Vietnam.
A group of American Marines got a good look at how the Viet Cong treat their prisoners today in the jungles of South Vietnam. A Marine patrol came across the remains of a small VC prison camp near the jungle highlands village of Phuc Do. That should be Duck Pho.
See Andy Griffith play, Juliet Prowse dance, and famous recording star Roger Williams tinkle on the Don Knotts TV special tonight.
Let's tune in to this telephone talk show where some very interesting observations took place.
A part of That's right, because they're finding out that the mass production line, the assembly line, is causing too many rejects to come out.
Right. Well, you know what it is really, too? I think it's the dull monotony of the same thing.
That's right. And the other problem is in Detroit, we've got a lot of young guys working in the automotive factories who don't dig this screw all day long.
Right.
One screw, one screw, one screw, you know?
That's right.
And they're bored with the job, and any way they stick it in is okay.
Sure.
Although Sammy Sneed is going to have to shoot around par golf today if he wants to maintain his lead in the PGA Club Professional Tournament down at Pinehurst, North Carolina. He just teed off with a total of 141, 300 par for the tourney. There has to be some unvoiced feelings that Sam really doesn't belong in this tournament, since most of the other competitors are legitimate club pros who don't play on the tour. But old Sam is not one to pass up the opportunity to make an easy buck. That's the Sports World in Los Angeles for American Entertainment Radio.
Many present-day soap operas are still done live. We now join one such daytime show where the scene takes place aboard an airliner in flight.
Miss, I've been flying these airlines for years, and I've always carried this bag with me. Now, what do you want me to do with it?
sir. There are 2 places that you can stick that bag. One of them's under the seat in front of you.
Newscasters who cover televised space shots often go without sleep for many hours. This reporter's fatigue began to show when he was covering a launch at the NASA Space Center in Houston.
Test telephone switch to arm light on.
This is the Space Center in Houston with the countdown at 10-2 and still counting. We've just gotten word from the capsule that astronaut Wally Schirra is still in the process of checking out his checklist.
Performers in broadcasting have to have a sense of humor to survive the tension of live programming. Very often they relieve their pent-up pressures during rehearsals. Here is a rare, treasured rehearsal session revolving around one of radio's best-known and longest-running series.
Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad. The transcribed story of the violence that moved west with young America. And the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
Oh, this is the loneliest jailhouse I was ever in, Matt.
All right.
Mr. Dillon, I scunned my knee again.
Kitty, get that goddamn thing out of here.
Oh, Miss Kitty. Was it something scary you, Chester?
Oh, worse than that. Oh, what that new hotel's on fire.
On fire?
And old Enoch San Jim Dobie. Oh, my knee's killing me. You better get down there, Mr. Dillon. Oh, dear. Hey, and nice. That goddamn shrimp curry does it every time. How many riders you got out at your ranch? Oh, about 20.
Well, I want 15 of them.
You what?
I want them here in Dodge. We're going to put a guard around this building 24 hours a day.
I can't spare no 15 men, Shank. Who's going to watch the store?
You ain't moving cattle.
Of course not.
Well, then 5 riders are enough for that. You want this hotel to go up or don't you?
All right, I'll send for him.
Say, ain't that... No,
Christ. Morning, Marshal. Dobie. I suppose I'm getting the blame for this. Oh, yes, you are. Why ain't you arresting me? I've known you for a long time, Dobie. You're a pig-headed and you can be downright mean. But you don't fight this right. You make it hard. What the fuck I'm laughing about? You can thank me by laying off Enoch Mills for a while. There's going to be enough trouble without your making any. Oh, God. Hello. Good morning, Mr. Hodgkin. You look dressed for traveling.
I've been looking over some land up north the last couple of days.
How'd you have a good trip?
Fine, except for crossing the Pawnees. It was almost in flood.
How'd you make it?
I was lucky, Chester. Some cowboys were taking a herd across, and they gave me a hand.
Swimming a herd across the Pawnee this time of year?
Yes.
All right, hold it, Chester. Suppose burning my hotel down was nothing? Oh, it wasn't a hotel. It was only just the frame of one. That about right? Chester, I'm beginning to think you and the marshal are both in on it. You're such big friends with Jim Dobie. You'll believe most anything, won't you? Anything but what you tell me, Marshal Dillon. Yeah, that's true. Sure enough true. Now, I'm getting out of here. I got nothing to say to you, and you got nothing to say to me. God damn it, my ears. Stronger than you'd think. Don't know why I come in the first place. Now, wait a minute, ain't I? Marshal, make it faster. I will. We haven't got much time. Hello, John?
No, I didn't know you were here.
Have you paid for those cattle yet, Leeds?
No. The boss will be here any minute to collect the money. In fact, that's them riding in now. Pay him, Leach. We'll wait in the other room. Yeah, I understand. All right, come on, Enoch. You're getting yourself in deeper and deeper, Marshal. But I'm about to say that you won't go to jail. They're going to lock you up in a madhouse. Quiet now, Enoch, and listen. Where'd he go? Money? You the boss of that outfit that just went by? Enoch Mills is the boss. I run it for him. What? Come on, give me the money. I ain't got all day. Bill Shank. Well, hurry it up, mister. Where's the money? Oh, I'll kill him. I'll kill him with my bare hand. You dirty thief, Shank. What are you doing here? Dylan. Hold it, Shank. I said hold it, Shank. Hold it. Bang. Bang. Can't I set it down now?
Volume 5 of All-Time Great Bloopers. As I say, there's a Volume 6, and we'll get to that in the next podcast. Here is Steve Goody with one of my very favorite parodies of the song Shattered. This is called Shatner on The Brain Sandwich Show.
Remind me to explain to you the concept of the human ego.
Kirk here. Do you have any idea the ribbing I've had to endure?
Andy, Opie, and Martin Sheen are still surviving on the screen, and look at me. I'm in tatters. But I'm Shatner. That's right, Bill Shatner. My acting is alarming. My agent took up farming. My life is just a flock of Trekkies on the street. Conventions, people dressed in Klingon drag, collecting autographs. I want to slash 'em. I'm Shatner. Phasers and transporter beams and me and me and me and me. Look at me. I'm Shatner. Hey. Shatner. I'm just getting fatter, bitter, sadder. Critics flatter that Patrick Stewart, and I can't give it away on pay-per-view. I'm going down the ladder. But I'm Shatner. Kirk needs work and love and sex. He needs a girl with big green breasts, green breasts, green breasts, green breasts. Don't it matter? Hey, that I'm Shatner. Don't it matter?
Interpret alert. James Kirk.
I like that name.
Good. I like yours, too. I like you. I wouldn't lie to you. Mr. Scott, your old space dog. I'd still like a Vulcan. Nurse me. Jim, what the hell kind of strategy is this? Damn it, Bones. I need you. Bad. Thrusters ahead. Engineer, we need warp speed now. Galloping around the cosmos is a game for the young. Only use it for medicinal purposes.
You must learn to govern your passions. They will be your undoing.
Do it.
Priceline brought me some success. Bite me, Nimoy, I'm the best. I'm their boy, the end, the means, still surviving on repeats. And look at me! I'm Shatner! Yeah. Feed me batter. What does it matter? Combo platter! Jacuzzi, Shatner, Shatner. Don't you know my hairline's going up, 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 up? I work in this town, though I'm a schmuck. I got a flat on the west side, condo uptown. What a mensch, a dribble trapper. I'm Shatner. Almost won an Oscar for bad toupee and bad acting. Big loser. Shatner. Canadian Jew. Shatner. Hey. Big loser. Hey. Kirk out. Kirk out. No. Kirk out. Sorry, Gene. Kirk out.
Yeah, she's too fat for me. Hello, all of you flat tops. Now, how many times have you been watching the polka parade on your television and said to yourself, oh, if only I could have played the accordion like that, oh, the girls I could get. And who does get the money, the praise, the fame, and the gals at all of those big church dances? You betcha, the accordion player. So if you've been thinking that you would like to play both ends against the middle, well, why not look into the Wally Podrosky School for the Accordion? In just 56 short, easy lessons, we teach you how to play the tunes that are guaranteed to drive the gals wild. The polkas, the jigs, the old western songs, the waltzes, the music that's always in demand. So if you want to learn to play the accordion for the pure joy of going in and out, or simply so that you can wear the sexy lederhosen that drive the little babushkas into a frenzy, I think it's about time you enrolled in the Wally Podrosky School for the Accordion. And make sure you don't get squeezed out of all the action and you sign up today. Okay, let's go, boys. A one and a two.
I've got a girl that I'm just simply wild about. Folks say I'm a lucky boy. Everywhere we go, people rave about this little bundle of joy. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. And when she's in my arms, it's paradise. She smells like a rose from her head down to her toes. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. And when she's in my arms, it's paradise. All the sailors give her a chase, 'cause they love her naval base. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. And when she's in my arms, it's paradise. She's like my Nellie from her head down to her elbow. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. And when she's in my arms, it's paradise. With old men she loves to neck. She necks a Rex and gets a check. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. And when she's in my arms, it's paradise. She was born in Hackensack. She made a fortune on her career. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. She's got freckles on her butt, she is nice. And when she's in my arms, it's paradise. She drinks till she gets plastered. She gets drunker than my brother. She got freckles on her butt, she is nice.
Larry Vincent and his Lookout Boys with the Freckle Song. Before that, Wally Podrosky's School of Accordion, and we started out with the wonderful Steve Goody with Shatner. And you can learn more about him by visiting his website at stevegoodie, GOODIE.com. All right, now, something else that I used to love to play on the radio, and I only got to play it once, because for a long time I wasn't sure how it would go over. Somebody years ago had sent this to me on tape and sent it without an explanation. I had no idea what it was. And when I heard it, I thought that it was somebody trying to get some commercial time on the station. And being that we were non-commercial, I couldn't do it. And it was just poorly done on top of everything else. And so I didn't learn until later, because I had no idea who sent it, that this was something that had been going around, sort of an underground hit. It was called J&H Productions, and it really is a sales tape. The guy was trying to get together an entertainment business, and he was really inept, I have to say. And we really don't know much about this guy. We know where he was living at the time, that he did this, and I don't even have a name to put with it yet, but we know where the residence was because he had used it as a mailing address, and he's not there anymore. But this was so wild and so badly entertaining that that it's worth exploring here now. It runs about 13 minutes, I guess, in total. It was 2 sides of a cassette. So I hope you enjoy this thing and take it for what it's worth. So before I broadcast it, I did a survey of some of our listeners and sent it to them and said, what do you think about this? They were all in favor of it. They all saw the humor in it, and so I hope you will too. Here is J&H Productions on the Brain Sandwich Show.
J&H Productions getting in touch with the label industry pertaining to shows that J&H Production will be giving indoors and outdoors in the stadiums and the coliseums in the city pertaining to Cincinnati, the beginning of the tour that he will be going on throughout all cities. I would like the label industry to get with J&H Production as for its contracts pertaining to Cincinnati beginning the tour and show that he will go on for the label industry. J&H Production will sign a contract with the label industry pertaining to shows city to city that will be given under him and the label industry. I hope the label industry can contact J&H Productions back from the listing that he has on the paper pertaining to these contracts between the label company and J&H Productions. I would like for a response to J&H Productions pertaining to these shows that will be giving inside and outside as far as the coliseums that he gave you a picture of on the paper. And he would like for J&H Productions and the labels to give shows together in these places. J&H Production will give the label a percentage of J&H Production or a percent of the gate, either one, because J&H Productions is getting ready to do shows, and J&H Productions would like to hook up with the label industry pertaining to shows. I would look from the label industry a response pertaining to these shows that J&H Production is going to give. And J&H Production will begin the shows under the label that contacts him pertaining to these cities and stars and the label and the filming and everything pertaining to shows under the label that he is getting ready to go under for these shows. I hope that the label can get back in touch with me at this address pertaining to a contract and these coliseums and stadiums that is going to do shows in as for city to city. I hope that the label can contact me, J&H Productions, pertaining to a contract. I will wait to hear from you as far as Warner Brothers pertaining to J&H Productions and the shows that he will give in the Coliseums and the stadiums. I am enclosing a picture from the Cincinnati as far as the Coliseum and the stadium right next to it. And I will like for you to do the shows with J&H Productions pertaining to Cincinnati and other cities. I will look for a response pertaining to the Coliseums and J&H Productions International as far as through the city and with the city of Cincinnati pertaining to shows. I hope you can contact me about the contract pertaining to these shows. I am getting ready to sign off and will wait for a response back from you pertaining to these shows in the stadiums and the Coliseums pertaining to indoors and outdoors events that I will hook up with you to do these shows. I will wait for a response from you pertaining to this. Thank you and have a good morning or a good afternoon pertaining to hearing this tape from J&H Productions International. I will be waiting to hear from you. Thank you. P.S. This was a tape to Motown, Warner Brothers, and Capitol to let them know where J&H Productions will be giving his shows. And after I sent it out, I got a response back from the cavalcade of stars under Warner Brothers. They had sent me a brochure of the agency that have all of their stars. This is some of the stars. Dolly Parton, the Oak Ridge Boys, Kenny Rogers. It's just stars after stars after stars that they have sent me from this agency under Warner Brothers pertaining to the shows. I am sending you this to let you know that I want your agency to pertaining to these shows that I am going to give in all coliseums and all stadiums from city to city. J&H Productions will wait to hear from you with a delegate from your business as far as the corporate heads of your business pertaining to setting up a contract and talking money pertaining to getting these stars and putting them to work. J&H Productions would like to know what it would take to get the stars together under your agency and put them to work with the other stars in other agencies under the greatest show ever gave in the stadiums and coliseums. J&H Productions have a letter from Quincy Jones. All the major stars, Grammy winners, is writing J&H Productions for J&H Productions to put them under the greatest show ever gave. I hope that your company can send a delegate or send someone in one of the shows when they're coming through Cincinnati to get in touch with J&H Productions at 3562 Vista Avenue, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45208. And I hope that when I get in touch with them, they can come to Cincinnati in a show, send me some tickets, and I will come down and talk to them pertaining to what it takes and the contract it takes for me to take your stars and put them in these coliseums and stadiums. G&H Productions would like to set up a contract with you under your agency. If we can do this, then J&H Productions will be a help to your organization and will be affiliating with all other organizations that have Grammy winners and stars pertaining to the shows that J&H Production is going to give. J&H Productions is going to be the #1 show out there on the road pertaining to all stars. All stars and events that will be giving in coliseums and stadiums and film under Warner Brothers, Motown, and Capitol as far as stars, and stars coming in as far as telethons from Las Vegas. Showtime will be the cavalcade of stars, and the comics and all types of shows giving in these big arenas. I hope that I can hear a response back from you pertaining to this tape, explaining as far as the contracts, and having someone come or send someone with a show and giving me tickets to come to talk to them pertaining to a contract pertaining to these stars. I hope that I can get together with you and let's get the ball game on the road, because the stars that you show me is the type of stars that I want as for us to set up under this show. I want the stars that's going to be in the Coliseum, that's going to make the people sway and rock and clap their hands to the beat and get up and dance in an area that will be big enough for them to do it in. My shows will be the dynamic shows ever being gave. And I hope that your agency is another one of the agencies under Cavalcade of Stars that J&H Production is going to put on. I will be waiting and looking for the tickets or the delegate that you send me to talk to me about signing under the contract pertaining to the Cavalcade of Stars in the Coliseums and the stadium and the coast-to-coast touring and abroad. Thank you from the proprietor of J&H Productions signing off to you morning, noon, or night prior to you hearing this tape. I will be waiting to hear from you. Thank you.
Well, that was the J&H sales pitch tape, and you can obviously tell that it really didn't get the guy anywhere. You got to give him credit for having the spirit and having, the desire to make it as an entertainment entrepreneur. But I don't believe that he has, or else we would have heard of him by now. So there it is. All right, here comes Leonard Simmons with Somewhere My Love on The Brain Sandwich Show.
Where are the beautiful days? Where are the sleigh rides wonder where have they gone? Where have they gone? Somewhere, my love, there will be songs to sing. Although the snow covers up of spring, somewhere blossoms in green and gold, and there are dreams all that your heart can hold. Someday we'll meet again, my love. Someday whenever the spring breaks through, you'll come to me, however long ago. Warm as the wind, soft as a kiss of snow. Dear then, my sweet, think of me now and then. Godspeed, my love, till you are mine again. Someday we'll meet again, my love. Someday, whenever the spring breaks through, you'll come to me, however long ago. Warm as the wind, soft as the kiss of snow. Around my own, think of me now and then. Godspeed, my love, till you are mine again. Mine again.
I like smoking me some grass, getting cut with glass, sniffing my cocaine and pain. I like noses full of snot, dead things when they rot, belching just for fun and scum. And I like you too. I like smacking little boys, breaking all their toys, needles in my arm and arm. I like spearing little dogs, eating little frogs, screaming in the night and fright. And I like you too. I like knuckles when they pop, screaming at a cop, bugs around my ears and tears. I like stepping on a nail, spitting in a pail, cooking me a rat and bats. And I like you too. I like lizards in the grass, smelling raunchy gas, slipping on some ice and lice. I like catching me the flu, snails in a stew, armpits when they're wet and sweat. And I like you too. I like chancers on my tongue, sniffing monkey dung, scumbags of all sorts and warts. chewing little slugs, leeches sucking blood and mud. And I like you too. I like playing in the sewer, walking in manure, coughing up some globs and slobs. I like beating up some punks, odor from some skunks, smelling garbage burn and worms. And I like you too.
I Like by Heathen Dan, a parody of Tom T. Hall's classic I Love. And before that, the wonderfully out of tune Leonard Simmons with Somewhere My Love. Another guy that really didn't go anywhere, unfortunately. Unless this was a demo recording or something and he just never got his foot in the door. I really don't know much about it. Check out our website, brainsandwich.bravehost.com. This is where we're putting links to these shows here and other wonderful things that Frank, our webmaster, has put up there for us. There will also, if I understand correctly, there's going to be some video of the Colon Sphincter concert that's actually happening tonight. This, again, is November 11th, 2008. Tonight is the night where Jim and Jay do their new album release party, and it's also going to be a celebration of nearly 21 years of the Brain Sandwich being on the radio. That's nearly unheard of. So we're very proud of that. I was associated with the show from 1991 until August of this year, when we were unceremoniously shown the door. And so this is going to be a chance to meet some of the people that we never got to meet. You know, some of the listeners that would call us and make silly noises on the phone or ask for stupid records that we played. So we're kind of looking forward to that. But anyway, there might be some video clips up there of the concert, and you'll also be able to access the new Colon Sphincter album, which they've called the Brown Album. And I'll should get my copy tonight, and then I'll start playing some of the stuff on podcast number 11. I'm doing 9 today and 10 today because I'm off, and then we'll do I'll be going to the show tonight. I'll get that, and then during the coming week, I'll begin podcast number 11. So, let's move along. Here is Chapter 5 of the serial that I've been playing called Dead Men Prowl in the Adventures by Morse series. I hope you've been following along with it. If not, you can pick it up now and then go back and download the other episodes, because this is it's going to be wonderful. So I hope you've been hooked, and I hope you enjoy it. Here is Dead Men Prowl, Chapter 5 on The Brain Sandwich Show.
Adventures by Morse. Carlton E. Morse presents Dead Men Prowl, featuring Captain Friday.
If you like high adventure, come with me. If you like the stealth of intrigue, come with me. If you like blood and thunder, come with me.
If there is a terror more deadly than fear of the unseen, the unknown, it is that of facing a horror your senses tell cannot exist, and yet which you can very plainly see. And that's what is happening in the coast village of Holman, where twice the dead body of Doc Sims was seen to prowl, and 2 other bodies had risen from their resting places in the little morgue to carry on strange and sinister antics. It was on the second occasion of Doc Sims' prowling that there occurred an incident deadly in its intent, weirdly desperate. On the morning following the first night of mystery and terror, Captain Friday had taken Martin Stanley and Dr. Jamie Croft with him to Doc Sims' house in search of clues. He left Gail Stanley, Carmel Ruiz, and her cousin Andres at his cottage. Dr. Croft had gone to the morgue to check on the bodies, and the captain and Stanley had proceeded to the Sims house. They went to Doc Sims' study to examine his private papers and look for his will. But instead, they found a handkerchief belonging to the girl Carmel. Evidently, she had been there before them. They discovered a wall safe and were in the act of opening it when, for the third time, the body of Doc Sims appeared. It entered the study, shot Martin Stanley, and attacked Captain Friday. When Dr. Croft arrived from the morgue, he found two inert figures huddled on the floor.
Captain Friday.
I'll break your neck, Doc Sims.
Here, let go my throat. Get hold of yourself, Captain. Come out of it, man.
You will bang me over the head. Are you Dr. Croft? Dr. Croft, did you see him? Did you see him?
See whom?
Doc Sims, at least his body.
Why? Why, no.
I did. Shot young Stanley and then got me. How's Stanley? Is he dead?
Don't worry about Stanley. The bullet just grazed his head. But, see here, Captain. Do you mean to tell me you saw Doc Sims walking again?
I did, and there's no argument this time.
His body was gone from the morgue, all right.
Oh, what a head I've got. Dr. Croft, look. Look at the safe. It's been opened.
I see it has.
I don't get it. Opening his own safe and stealing his own will. I wish Doc Sims would make up his mind whether he's dead or not.
Captain Friday, are you certain it was Doc Sims?
If it wasn't, it was his identical quill. Why?
I picked up this handkerchief when I came into the room. It belongs to Carmel Ruiz, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was here when we came in.
Which indicates that she has been here. That looks bad for Carmel.
Oh, nuts.
But this is a handkerchief.
Well, I can't help it. A kid like her couldn't get mixed up in this. She's just out of a convent. Doesn't know what it's all about.
Oh, I know all about that, but it doesn't get rid of the fact that someone dropped Carmel's handkerchief here.
Yeah.
See here. How about Andres? He's in love with his cousin. Might have been carrying a handkerchief. Uh-oh. Stanley's coming around. Close call, my boy.
Better look after him, Doctor. I'm going to have a look at the safe.
You better wait. Your knees will buckle if you get to your feet too quickly.
Couldn't feel any worse. Here, give me a hand. Oh, my head.
I told you.
The guy must have swung from the floor. Yeah, there. Head's clearing up a little.
Righto. I'll see about Stanley.
Doc Sims sure made a mess of his papers. Looks like a whirlwind hit the safe.
Queer. A dead man should suddenly desire to rifle his own safe.
Yeah, especially when his rightful heir was about to put his hands on the will.
It's a queer business all around. No. Now. Stanley, my boy, now, take it easy.
So far as I've been able to find, there's no indication around the house that Doc Sims anticipated either a natural or violent death last night.
Captain, can you give me a hand here? Stanley's being difficult.
Yeah, okay, Doc.
No. Here, Stanley. Grab his legs, Captain.
Putting up a battle, huh?
Right. Juicily belligerent.
Yeah, take it easy, fella.
If we can hold him down for a few moments, he'll come out of it all right.
I've got his leg.
Let go of me. You let go of me. I don't care if you are my uncle.
Oh, you can hold him long enough for me to get a glass of water. That should bring him out of it.
Yeah, well, go to it. I've got him.
All right, but watch out. Won't take but a moment.
No, easy now, Stanley. You're going to be all right. Hi there, Doctor. Step on it. I've got him, but that's about all.
All right now. Hold him. I'll give him a dash of cold water in the face. There. That'll take care of him. You can let go now.
I don't mind informing you that most of that water went down my neck.
I'm sorry.
It's a regular tiger. Look at the scratches on my face.
Little Ardeen will take care of it.
You'll have to handle your patient yourself from now on, Doctor. I'm going to finish looking through these papers in the safe.
I doubt if you'll find the will.
I don't expect to, but you never can tell, though.
Hello, Stanley. Feeling pretty rotten, eh?
Rotten.
Coming to all right, has he?
He'll do. Should be taken back to the cottage.
Yeah. Hello. Here's something. Say, look at this, Doctor. A duplicate of a letter from Doc Sims to Andrew Walters.
What's that? A letter?
And what a letter.
Anything to do with this situation?
Has it? Just listen. Andrew Walters, this is to inform you that I, Dr. C.N. Sims, have discovered your real identity as well as enough of your background and history to make your presence in this community undesirable. Unless you are willing to come to such terms as I see fit to impose, I shall at once reveal your identity and turn you over to the proper authorities, which of course you realize means nothing less than the gallows.
Whew. My word. Does that mean that my uncle had something on Andrew Walters?
Had something? Looks to me like he had everything. This looks like the key to the whole situation.
Who do you suppose Andrew Walters was, anyway?
Nothing less than a hunted murderer, sounds like.
Wonder if this note drove Walters to hang himself.
I wonder. Do you think a man would hang himself to keep himself from being hanged by the state?
Yes, but he didn't have to hang. Doc Sims offered him a way out. Agree to his terms, and he'd keep his mouth shut.
Must have been pretty bad. Anyway, Walters preferred to die instead of coming to terms.
Maybe. Anyway, we've got a clue to this business. Right now, I want to get Walters' fingerprints and shoot them over to the city for a check with the police criminal files.
How will you get them to the city?
I'll get the grocery supply boat to take them over. It'll be in at noon. We've got to work fast now. I want to run over the rest of Doc Sims' house, and then I want to go through Walters' place. I'd like to find this original letter.
See here, Stanley. Think you can make it back to Captain Friday's cottage alone? How do you feel?
Nauseated.
Naturally.
Now, the question is, would you rather drag yourself over to my place or lie down on the lounge here while Dr. Croft and I finish looking around?
Me stay in this place along with a corpse sneaking around with a gun?
Okay, you run along back to the cottage then.
Take it easy, fella. You'll feel better out in the fresh air.
All right, but...
But what?
Well, just remember, if you find that will, it belongs to Gail and me.
Now listen, Stanley. No one's trying to beat you out of your estate. At least not in this crowd. You'll get the will if we find it. Now run along.
Oh, I feel rotten.
Oh, by the way, Stanley, tell Andres that we're going to search his uncle's place in about 10 minutes, and if he wants to be in on it, tell him to wait for us out in front.
I'll tell him.
Oh, and don't mention this letter.
You don't need to worry.
That clip on the side of the head took a lot of belligerence out of our young friend.
Yeah, that and the sight of his dead uncle. Come along, Doctor. There's nothing more in here. Take a look upstairs and then shoot over to Andrew Walters' place.
Dr. Sims must have been a queer sort of codger.
Yeah, shut off from everyone. Sometimes he wouldn't be seen for days at a time. Oh, here's the stairway.
Beastly dark.
There's a light here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Oh, hold it, Doctor. Do you see what I see?
My word. Again?
Yeah. It's Doc Sims again.
But see here, Captain. He's stone dead.
Sprawled out on his face, just as we found him twice before.
But, Captain Friday, this man's dead. He's been dead for a good many hours now. It couldn't have been he who attacked him.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm telling you, Doctor, dead or not, I recognize those clothes and that face. And they're the same. Now, let's turn him on his back.
All right. You can see quite plainly that this body couldn't walk.
Yeah, I can see plenty. Hello.
Now what?
Look here. Papers stuffed in his coat pocket.
Nonsense.
Well, here they are. Here's the copy of the will, and here's a sealed envelope.
Sealed envelope?
Yeah. Says, to whom it may concern in case of my death.
Oh, see here, Captain.
It looks like our dead friend here walked in, knocked us out, and raided the safe, all right. Got this far in making a getaway and collapsed.
Oh, rubbish, man.
Okay, Doctor, then you explain it.
I don't pretend to. What are you going to do with that will and the letter?
Hang on to them until we get back to the cottage. I have a hunch that everybody's going to be interested in them.
Undoubtedly.
So look here. I've got more than I expected already out of this place. I'll leave the rest until later.
Anxious to get over to Walter's house,
As a matter of fact, I am. Let's go.
Oh, what about Doc Sims' body here?
We'll put him on the lounge in the study and lock him in.
Aren't you afraid he'd walk off again?
I think I can take care of that.
How?
We'll not only lock him in, but we'll tie him down. That'll hold him. Now, come on. Come on, give me a hand. You ready? All right, up we go.
All right.
It's the third time I've had to play ambulance for this bird. It's going to be the last, too.
This way you want him?
Yeah. Get down now. Yeah. I saw a piece of cord around his... Oh, here it is. Tie his feet together and round underneath the lounge. Grab the other end, Doctor.
Jove, Captain. You're not serious.
You think not? Put a half hitch on the leg of the lounge.
But see here, my dear chap, you're losing your perspective.
Yeah. I suppose you're politely telling me that I'll get the royal raspberries from the gang in the Hall of Justice over in the city if they saw me hog-tying a dead body.
Well, it is rather ridiculous.
Not in this case, it isn't. Doc Sims is dead, and he's simply got to quit prowling around. I'm constable of Holman now, and I say it's against the law of what's right and decent for a dead man to go gallivanting around.
Have fun and hold earnest, eh?
Something like that, Doctor. Here. How's that?
I've never seen a more thorough job of trussing.
Okay, then let's get going. Is there a key in the door?
Yes.
Good. Well, we're through here. Go ahead, I'll lock up. the villagers ever got wind of this prowling of the dead business, there'd be one swell hullabaloo.
Yeah, but what about the father of the murdered half-wit boy? Didn't you tell him that his son's body had disappeared from the morgue?
No. I intimated that he'd feel a lot better if he didn't go to the morgue until it was necessary, and he took the hint.
I see.
There's another thing. If we don't find the Hartley boy's body before the inquest tomorrow morning, it's going to be very embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. In that case, it seems to me we'll have to give them the whole story.
Yeah, which is what I don't want to do. The less the village knows about what's going on, the easier it's going to be to work. Go ahead, Doctor. Let's get outside.
Phew. My word, what a musty hole. Didn't realize it until we got out in the fresh air.
Just a minute while I lock up. Yeah, there. Now, Andrew Walters' place.
It will be interesting.
Yeah? Why?
Isn't it said that a man who hangs himself leaves his phantom self behind to stalk the death chamber?
Captain Friday and Dr. Croft have tied the wandering body of Doc Sims to a lounge in the old Sims house, after the dead body apparently had made a murder attempt on both the captain and the boy Stanley. Just now, the two have locked up the house, and with certain private papers from the Sims safe in his pocket, Captain Friday is leading the way to the second murder house, Andrew Walters' house, where last night he had hanged himself.
I have a hunch we'll find plenty of answers to our questions in Walter's papers.
Watch it, Captain. We seem to have Andres with us.
Ah, senors.
I thought he'd be along.
Please, senors, if you go to my Uncle Andrew Walter's home, I wish to go with you, huh?
All right, come along, Andres. Feeling better after your catnap, huh?
Ah, see, I am very much refreshed.
The street's still empty. Mass meeting must still be in session.
See, I go by town hall. Everybody very much excitement. Talk. Very bad.
Bad?
See, everybody very much mad. I think it'd be very bad for a guilty man if they find him.
Yeah? Say, you don't mean those old mossbacks have gotten themselves worked up from mob action?
I do not know, senor. It make me afraid to hear them.
What do you know about that, Doctor? As coroner and constable, looks like we'll have our hands full.
Andres, are you sure you're not overstating matters?
Oh, no, doctor. No, it is as I say.
Here's Andrew Walters' place. Shouldn't have to spend much time here. Let's take a quick look-see and then go back to the cottage and look over the spoils.
Spoils?
Yeah, the papers. All right, step in. Oh, by the way, Andres, young Stanley's all right, I suppose.
No, he feels very bad. Carmel and Mr. Stanley's sister, they put him to bed on the lounge in the front room.
He'll be well taken care of. Two solicitous young women?
There is no need for Carmel to bathe his head, I do not think.
Bathing his head, eh? That irks you.
Hi, Andres. Come here.
Si, senor Capitan?
Now, look here. You say you held a long conversation with Andrew Walters last night, just before you left to meet Carmel at the train.
Si, this is correct.
Where were you? Here in this living room?
This is it.
What did you talk about?
Well, he told me how very happy he was to have Carmel and me with him. He said how he had been very lonely in 10 years he had been in this place by himself.
Yeah? He's glad, huh? Didn't seem depressed or despondent?
Oh, no, senor. Very happy. When I left, he said, well, bless you, my son. He said this, and then he said, if Carmel, she is as agreeable as you, we will be very happy household.
Those were his last words to you, huh?
Si.
And then, when you'd left, he went upstairs and hanged himself. What do you make of that, Dr. Croft?
Well, doesn't make sense, Captain.
Something's goofy, all right. So look here, Andres. Where does your uncle keep his private papers?
In this desk here. He have a small iron-bound box.
Know all about it, huh?
Well, when I come, he show me his will. And then I see him open up this bottom drawer where he keep the box.
You've seen his will, then?
Oh, for certain, man.
What did it say?
According to his will, he have give half of everything he have to Carmel, and the other half he have give to me.
Did he say how much?
Maybe $200,000-$300,000 in the bank. Besides all this property, of which there is maybe 1,000 acres.
$200,000 or $300,000 in the bank? You mean cash?
Si, senor Capitan. He tell me he's afraid of investments.
Well, we'll see if we can find that will. You say it's the bottom drawer?
Si.
Yeah, here's the iron box, all right.
Mm-hmm. It will lift right out, you see?
Yeah, it's got a combination lock on it.
See, there is a little black book in the top drawer. The little drawer there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, here it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the combination is in it.
It is, huh? Yeah, just a lot of junk in here. Oh, wait a minute. This might be it. Dr. Croft, will you try the lock as I read the numbers off?
Yes.
Begin at 7.
7.
Then to 3.
3.
Back to 9.
9.
All right, now. Clear back to 1. And that's it.
Yes, that's it. It's open.
Not much in it.
Oh, there it is in that heavy envelope.
Yeah? Yes, here's the will. I'm getting quite a collection of papers.
Oh, but, senor, this will... Well, this will, it belongs to Carmel and me.
Yeah, there's plenty of time to talk about that one. Listen.
What you say?
Shh. Somebody coming into the house.
Jove.
They say a murderer always returns to the scene of his crime.
Why do you think it's the killer?
But who else?
At least we can surprise them. Nobody knows we're here.
Captain Friday, are you in here?
Oh, it's Gail Stanley.
What's she doing here?
Yeah, you two wait here. Miss Stanley, we're in here.
My cousin Carmel is with her.
Wait, stay here.
Hey, what's going on? Come on in here. Now, you too, Stanley.
Captain Friday, we had to leave. The whole village is down at your cottage.
Oh, what's the trouble?
Oh, please do something.
Carmel, what is it?
I tell you, Captain, they would have hanged us.
You should have
Hey, wait a minute now.
My word, it can't be that bad.
Oh, but it is.
Now, wait a minute. Stanley, you do the talking, the rest of you keep quiet.
Well, it was horrible. The first we knew, 20 or 30 people were in front of the cottage. They were yelling and throwing things.
What's that? Throwing things at my house?
Yes, and when I went to the door, somebody threw something and hit me in the face. Well, I slammed the door as quickly as I could.
By Jove, an old-fashioned mob, eh?
Oh, and they called us names and kept yelling to bring out Andres.
What? They called for me?
Oh, I'm a son of a gun.
Yes, and then we ran to the back of the house and crawled out the bedroom window and got away without them seeing us.
Jolly little party.
Martin thought you'd be over here, and that's why we came.
What do they want Andres for?
Maybe they think I kill all these people.
Just like those old mossbacks. They get screwy ideas sometimes.
Well, Captain, what are you going to do about it? Remember, you had yourself elected constable this morning.
Yeah? Well, I'm going to do plenty. Crazy nitwits. I knew things would be popping, but I didn't expect anything like this.
Looks like they got themselves pretty well steamed up at their own town meeting.
Yeah, a couple of big mouths probably got up and gave them fire and brimstone.
Quite. Oh, see here, what are you up to?
Going to go out and clean them up. Buckle my gun out in plain sight. That'll bring them down to earth.
Like company?
Okay, if you want to come along.
Enjoyed immensely.
Come on, then. The rest of you stay here till we get back.
Please, do you think it's safe?
There's nothing to worry about. Now, Stanley, you and Andres take care of the girls.
Oh, Andres, everything's so awful.
Oh, please, you must not be frightened. If there is danger, I will not let it hurt you.
Martin, lie down, please. You're so sick.
Looks like we came to Holman for our own funerals instead of putting Dr. Sims in the ground.
Oh, please, Martin, don't be so morbid.
Fine business getting shot at by my own uncle. Dead uncle at that.
Oh, it's the most terrible thing I ever heard of.
You don't think Captain Friday and Dr. Croft will let anything happen to us, do you?
What can they do? Didn't the thing that shot at me knock out Captain Friday?
Well, me, I think the Capitan will do plenty.
Rod, he's in the same boat with the rest of us.
But they have the whole village turned against us. We're not only fighting something we don't know about, but the village, too.
But they're so brave. They'll fix everything.
Oh, please, my cousin, you do not worry,
huh? Personally, I'm going to keep my eyes on those fellas. You know what they're planning to do, Gail?
Martin, you shouldn't talk that way about them.
Yeah, well, they're looking for Dr. Sims' will. Captain Friday said he was going to hang on to it, too, if he found it.
Well, he has my uncle's will, too. I do not think he will do anything bad with it.
Well, you got a lot more faith in him than I have.
Martin, what in the world are you talking about?
Captain Friday's an old-timer here. He's got the lay of the ground. We haven't.
But I don't see what...
There's a lot of money involved in this thing. What's to keep him from grabbing it off? I tell you, he's slick.
Oh, don't be absurd. How could he? And even if there were no will to the law, it'd see that we got what was ours.
Yeah? How do you know what angles he may have?
Well, I do not think so.
I don't care what you think. Mighty funny the way he and this Croft guy took us in, keeping us where they have an eye on us. only telling us what they want us to know.
You mustn't say that about Dr. Croft. I like him.
I'd like to know something about him myself.
Well, if Captain Friday say he is all right, that is all I care.
Bunk.
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Besides, it seems to me if you wish to not stay at the senor's home, you do not need to. Why you don't go about your own business?
Go out and get torn to pieces by that fool mob?
Well, then, it seems to me if you accept the Capitan's protection, you should not say this sort of thing about him.
Preaching, huh?
If you wish to call it that.
You make me sick.
You stop talking about Andres like that.
Pipe down, kid.
Martin.
This is enough. I do not care if you are hurt. You say one more little thing like this to my cousin.
Oh, for the love of Mike.
And if you wish to speak with me in future, you please to change the tone in your voice.
I think you deserve that, Martin.
Oh, please, we mustn't quarrel. Everything will be all right if we just keep...
All right, here we are. The war's over.
They didn't hurt you?
Do I look hurt?
But where's Dr. Croft?
I sent him over to Doc Sims' house to check on things.
What right does he have over there?
Uh-oh. What's the matter with you, Stanley?
He's always irritable when he isn't feeling well.
Oh, cut it out, Gail. I want to know what business Dr. Croft has in my uncle's house alone.
Well, if you must know, we found Doc Sims' body sprawled on the stairs over there.
Doc Sims.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And we locked it in the study. I asked him to drop in and see that it was all right before coming back.
The body of my uncle?
That's what I said.
And was he dead?
You never saw a deader body.
But I saw him. I saw him. I saw him raise the gun and shoot me.
Yeah? Well, you haven't got anything on me. Just the same, we found him stone dead.
Please, things like that can happen. In the convent, they taught us that when
Yes, I know. But see here. The moment we're in Andrew Walter's house. You're all to come upstairs. We'll take a look at the room where he hanged himself.
Please, do I have to go?
I'm afraid so, Carmel.
Oh, no.
Just for a moment. Just to point out the place where you first saw the body.
Please, senor. I could do that.
It'll be necessary for both of you to go.
But not Martin and me.
No, if you two would rather wait in here alone.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. Dr. Croft will be over any minute now.
Found the body of that half-wit Hartley boy yet?
Please, why did you have to say that?
Just wondered.
Oh, cut it out, Stanley. You know Carmel's uneasy about visiting that room upstairs. Well, come on, let's get it over.
Please close the door when you go out.
The last time I was on these stairs...
Oh, please, Colonel. You do not think about it. Just hang on to me, huh?
But they're so dark.
You coming?
Si, senor. We're almost behind you.
I'd rather not go in.
No, you will be brave for Andres, eh?
All right in here. Plenty of daylight in this room. Just the stairway and the halls that are dark.
Please take me away from here.
Now then, the body was lying on the cot. Was it, Andres?
Si, senor. But where is the cot?
Oh, we used it to carry the body to the morgue. Just where was the cot sitting when you saw it?
Over there against the wall. Just to the left of this window.
All right, Carmel?
Yes. Yes, let's go away.
Look out, Captain! Look out!
Andres, you shot!
I've got him, Captain! I've got him!
Hang on, Dr. Croft. I'm coming. Where are you, Dr. Croft?
At the bottom of the stairs!
I'm coming.
Rode all the way down the stairs with him. Get a light, man. Lying still. Must be knocked out.
Here's my flash. Look here, Doctor. It's Rich Hartley's half-wit boy.
Captain, you mean I rolled down those stairs with a dead man in my arms?
The entire population of the Holman City morgue, for some unaccountable reason, appears to be rising up in arms against the living. First, old Doc Sims, dead of natural causes. Then, an attack by Andrew Walters, dead by hanging. And now, finally, the Hartley boy, shot through the heart, has invaded the haunts of living people, apparently in a direct attempt to commit murder. This is the weird and wonderful story of Dead Men Prowl. Chapter 6, entitled Life History of Prowlers, will come to you next week at this same hour. You are listening to Adventures by Morse.
Chapter 5 of Dead Men Prowl, and of course, Chapter 6 will be on the next podcast. Okay, well, thank you for finding the show, for downloading it, for listening to it, and I hope you've enjoyed every bit of it. Again, you can contact us at brainboys@aol.com and make requests and things like that. So if you have any comments for Jim and Jay, I will be glad to pass them on to them. For those of you who don't know Jim and Jay, after the beginning of the year, we'll be getting together to do some podcasting. So you will become familiar with them then. All right, let's close out with the Singing Mariners and Holly Holy. Thanks a lot for listening. Adios.